Do some cheap solar. No, I can't say cheap anymore. I'm supposed to say thrifty. We're going to do Thrifty Solar.
From diesel or gas pacers to rocket-powered racers, nomads, go-mads, RVs, schoolies, they'll turn it, tweak it, tune it, fix it so smoothly. That's why he's badge. Everybody needs one.
Okay, welcome back to the Thrifty Solar. I just thought I'd throw that in there. So what we got here is a Thrifty Solar setup. What it is, we put it on the bunkie, which is the BLDs, and I'm going to show you this because it's kind of ingenious, because me, Neil, and Bob got into this and we figured this out, and it's, just remember, don't say nothing, but Bob didn't want solar. Just so you know, Bob didn't want solar. But anyway, so we'll explain how it is, and Bob's going to show you. He's got that real fancy controller, not like mine, but he's got a fancy one. So, but there's a couple of things that I want that are very ingenious on this. One is that we're only using two 6-volt batteries to run the whole trailer, and the other thing is the inverter is put away somewhere where nobody can see it or get at it, and the solar panels are up on the roof where you can't even see them. So it's got a lot of ingenious stuff in it. And one of the best things is he runs his whole trailer off 2,000 watts, but he doesn't use the air conditioner, he doesn't use the microwave, and he doesn't use the heavy power stuff, right? But he uses all his power. He powers his computer, his phone, and all that stuff. So we'll start out first. We have two 6-volt batteries. Now these are set in series, so they're 12 volts. Now these are hooked to the inverter, which we'll show you in a minute. Now, this red wire here is the one that goes to the trailer. Now, I can just hardly wait for the comments on this one, because everybody says your solar batteries can't be tied to your trailer and yada, 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 yada. Okay, whatever. Our solar batteries are hooked together and our trailer's hooked to it, and it works just fine. Two 6-volt batteries, and the inverter is over here. Okay, so here we got the smart solar charge controller by Victron, sorry, and these are the sort of the staple now. Everybody's going to this stuff, and we have a pure sine wave inverter, and if you look at the voltage, that's 14.2, 14.3. That's how much power he's got in the batteries. That's reading the batteries, and this one here is reading what is going to the house, 120 volts. Right? Or 122 volts. Now what we did was we took this out of the fuse box and run it into here. So the whole fuse box is 15 amp service, which we put on a 15 amp breaker. So when he's on the 30 amp cord, or the 30 amp cord, he puts the 30 amp breaker on, and when he's on 15, he puts the 15 amp breaker on. So he's got two electrical systems in this one little trailer. Never get too big a wire on a solar system. This is 120, this is 12 volt. Now remember, I told you 1,000 times before, the 12 volt runs off this converter switch here. If you don't have that converter switch on, no, you can't charge this up. So what we did is, you see this one 15 amp, and you have one here 30 amp. Right now he's on the generator, so this one's on. Now when he's on the solar, he just flips this one off, turns that one on. Now this switch, we took off the hot water tank because he doesn't use the hot water tank, the electric on the hot water tank. So then all you do, turn the 15 off, turn the 30 on when you're on generator. That's all. Because these are two different cords. This one here is the one that goes to the inverter, and this is the one that comes out the plug in the back of the trailer. I know, it's very ingenious. Okay, so in Bob's trailer, we got the television hooked up. Now, right now, we are on solar. So we'll show you the solar controller in a minute. He's got a computer here which he charges, and that's all he's got all the other stuff for plugging in whatever he wants, whatever he charges. But now we don't. Now you got to remember, I told you, the refrigerator on solar takes about 350 watts. So we don't run the solar on it. The microwave, as you can see here, see the light up of the dial? that means he's got power. Yeah, we could use this on solar, no problem, because they haul about 1,200, right? And he's got this TV here hooked up, and that's about all. So, and if you notice, now this is the advantage of this, is that this number here is the voltage on the trailer wire. Now, this trailer wire is hooked to the 6-volt batteries out front, which everybody says you can't do. But anyway, that's what it does. Now he has, because if you don't, then you have to run 2 sets of solar panels, one for the inverter and one for the battery. Well, we had it all hooked up, and that's what he's got in his trailer right now, 14.2. So that's not too shabby. So everything is running on it, so it's all good. We got the aquarium running. He's got the Judge Judy running. It's all good. It's all good stuff. So now we'll show you the controller on the phone. And we'll just touch lightly because it's a whole new story. This is a Bluetooth controller. That's why everybody's going to that one. And you can go in there and it'll tell you more stuff than you ever want to know.
So, for instance, right now the solar panels are generating 128 watts, 20.4 volts, 6.4 amps. There's the state of the battery, 14.4 volts.
Which it says right there.
The state of a charge is absorption right now. We can click on the history, and we can see in a second here. Here's today, friend. We have 4 hours, 6 minutes on bulk charge, and 1 hour, 36 minutes in absorption mode, and 12 kW total lifetime. That's in about 14 days or so. So there's quite a bit of information here on the Bluetooth.
So that's what I'm saying. Now, you just seen this system and what he's done with it. And this whole system is under $1,500.
Under $1,300.
$1,300. That's with the 2 batteries, the inverter, and the charge controller, and all that stuff. Well, rewiring it all. That
mounting brackets, the
2
panels,
steaks and a hamburger.
Everything.
But it's not really cheap, but or thrifty, but it is compared to a lot. So I just wanted to show you this. And some people, this is all they need. They don't need any more. Like, you don't need 7,000 watts to charge your phone. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you get the ones that say you need 10, 15,000 watts and all this stuff. You don't really need it. And this works just fine for them. And we put it, and what we did was when we set it up is we put it all together and threw it together on the ground outside. And we said, just try it for a couple of days, Bob. See how you like it. Because you remember, Bob don't like solar. And now it's all permanently put in, and he loves it. And no generator. Well, we still have the generator,
It's a lot
but
quieter.
not quite, because we got no. It's great. Now you remember them numbers he showed you. It's overcast today, and he's still putting power into the solar battery. And look at the battery's at 14.2, so that's not too shabby. So that's what I'm saying. It's not a high-end system by any means, but it's somewhere to start. And some people, that's all they need.
It's also scalable. I could double the panels and double the battery bank.
And I'll leave that with you, and I hope you got something out of it. If you got any questions, don't be scared to ask. Thank you.
Badge. Everybody needs one.
And we love our badge.
And remember, he's not asking.